Welcome everybody to the Single and Stilettos Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette. I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have on our show Tracy Campoli, and she is a lifestyle and wellness coach at tracycampoli.com, and I'm so excited to have her here today because we're going to talk about a topic that I've never talked about on my show, and I think it's something that all women think about, and it's how to get into shape for dating. So welcome Tracy to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
I know, and I love the topic that we're going to talk about. I know every woman thinks about, but before we get into it, I would love for you to tell our audience your background in this business.
Sure. So I actually started as a professional dancer. So the whole idea of women and body image is really, really important and very special for me because growing up around a bunch of dancers, there was a lot of body bashing going on. And so then as I matured and I've grown more confident in myself and in my own body, I started helping other people. So I started as a Pilates instructor, and now I help women lose weight. And it's a really holistic way of working so that they're not just losing weight and feeling better in their bodies physically, but also emotionally as well. So I love it.
So I love that because it sounds like you're not just a personal trainer, that you really do like the holistic approach, right?
Absolutely. You can't get at it in just one angle. You know, it's not just about the food. It's not just about the workouts that you're doing. It's really everything that you're doing and making sure that you're looking at yourself as a whole.
Right. Exactly. Well, okay, so let's get into the question. So I know you've heard this a million times, is a woman will either say, I don't have time to work out, or I hate working out. But the fact is, ladies, I will tell you, men like a woman that's in shape. And it doesn't mean that you have to be a size 2. It means whatever size you are, you need to be physically fit. So, Tracy, I want to ask you, if a woman doesn't have a lot of time to work out, what are the 3 body parts you would say she needs to focus on to really help her out when it comes to dating?
Such a great question. So, you know, I always tell women, first of all, it's your arms, because most of us are going to be showing your arms. If you're wearing a dress or if you have a little jacket on, and it's just a beautiful feminine part of your body, so you want your skin smooth, detoned, and it's a great thing to work. So any quick arm workouts are fantastic. Also, your butt. I'm not going to lie, you know, yes, you're probably going to be sitting, you know, maybe you're at dinner or having a drink, but men like a good caboose. So you want to make sure that your butt is lifted and that it's firm and that you feel good. And then the third part I would say is your abdominals, making sure that you work your abs for a couple of reasons. You know, when your abdominals are strong, that's your core, and you'll feel just your posture will be better, and that's the center of your body. So your posture, your body language is going to be more confident. That's really important on a date.
So as far as like getting your arms into shape, and I have a friend that she calls them, if you have lunch lady arms, like what's a good way to keep your arms in shape? Is it, you know, doing curls with dumbbells? What?
You know, I think you have to really work your arms at many different angles. So like doing a lot of rotation, because most women, I would say, we're not looking for a big arm. You know, you want like a feminine definition, maybe more of like a dancer, like, and even if you do like a little bit of more muscle. So making sure that you're mixing up your workouts. You can look for things, whether it be on YouTube or with your trainer, just making sure that you're not doing the same thing all the time, because if you do the same thing, then you tend to get that bigger arm, which, you know, I call it like a ham arm. So it's like, you know, that's not very, I think it's very sexy, it's very feminine. So, you know, you want tone definition, but tight and toned. So mix up your workouts, and light weights, lots of reps.
Okay. Oh, see, that's important, because I used to always think that I had to do heavy weights on my arms and not light ones.
Light and lots.
Okay. Now, when it comes to your butt, because I think some women will say, well, I don't have a butt, I'm never going to have a butt. Right. I personally have this feeling that, because for me, I was able to get a butt just by running, because I was able to gain muscle tone from that. But can a woman get a butt if she doesn't have one?
Yes, absolutely. You know, I know some people that will give donations too. Yes, absolutely. So if you're trying to build your butt, that's such a great question. You want to do things where you are doing squats, so that's going to give you that lift, because you want definition between your rear end and your hamstring. So So squats are great. Pliés, because dancers always have great butts. So plie, that will build some muscle there. And then if you're really trying to build, especially people that have a flatter butt, and I have clients that will say this, it's an attitude. So it's a position where you take your leg behind you and it's sort of in a zigzag and you lift, and that gets your gluteus medius. So that's the middle part of your butt. So it will actually build up your butt so that you then will have more of a butt. So
and I'm assuming you have to do lots of reps to do that too, right?
Correct. And with this, if you're trying to build, you might want to add a little bit of weight as well. So whether you're at the gym or if you put a little weight behind your knee or an ankle weight, something along those lines. But your body weight's great too with squats. So.
Okay, now what about the abdomen, your abs?
Well, your abs, I mean, first of all, you have to do some cardio because you got to get rid of the fat, right? But also, finding little crunches, doing, you can do crunches on the mat, or, there's also a standing abdominal work. I dance a lot, so if you're moving your torso, you're getting your waist in tight and toned. That's also going to help with your posture. So when you're at a date, your body language isn't slumpy, but rather that, you look confident. And so crunches, there's so many different ways that you can work your abdominals, but one of the best tricks I could tell you is make sure that your abs are pulled in all the time. Never, ever, ever let your abs completely go unless you're sleeping or you're dead. So I hope on a date or in life you are not doing things. So keep your abs pulled in and you'll just constantly look 5 pounds thinner right away.
That's a really great tip, because like for myself, I hate doing ab work, but if I focus on that all the time, you're right, then it'll contract them. So those are great tips. So now, and my next question is, I know every woman thinks of this, is that how do I lose that last 5 to 10 pounds that will not come off? I do everything and it's not coming off.
I mean, if I had $1 so many women feel this way, right?
Exactly.
So one of the first things is when someone comes to me and says, Tracy, I want to lose 10 pounds. Happens all the time. Well, the first question I ask them is why? And that's really the first tip, because if you're not clear on why you want it, just making yourself go into crazy town. So get clarity on why is this important for you? What is it going to give? And really create that picture for yourself so that then your goal, it becomes more tangible and it's more achievable rather than, well, I want to just because the scale, but what will that give you? How will you feel? Who will you be in the world if you don't have that weight on you? The other thing I would say is making sure that you have support. So enrolling your friends. I always tell people sometimes you have those great friends, great people, but they might be bad influence friends. So you want to make sure that your friends and the people in your community are really supporting you. Whether it's your coworkers, friends, family, that they're on board. Also maybe you need some professional help. So maybe you hire a trainer, maybe you work with a coach, you find a nutritionist, anything, but someone that really can be your cheerleader, because you can't do it alone. And then the third thing I would say is to just stop obsessing over it. It's just not sexy. It's you really want to think about, who are you in the world right now? We don't want to live in the future, but you want to live in the now, because really that's all we have. So making sure that you're confident in who you are in this moment. I promise you, as strange as that might seem, it actually makes losing weight much easier if you feel really grounded and confident in who you are right now.
I love that you said that, because I think a lot of women think that losing that last 5 to 10 pounds is actually what's going to change their dating life. But the problem is that you're still going to be the same person. So if you're not confident and you don't know your self-worth, that 5 to 10 pounds, even if you lose it, isn't going to make your dating life all of a sudden take off.
Absolutely. It starts with who you are as a person, right? And that's what's attractive. I mean, truthfully, most men, what are they attracted to? They're attracted to you, your personality, your confidence, just you're a woman, and so you want to really walk into that date feeling just beautiful and comfortable in your own skin.
Exactly. And ladies, the one thing I want to add too is once you start dating a guy, never ever ask him if you look fat in something. That is the worst question you can ever ask a guy. Guys hate that, and it's a no-win answer. No matter what he answers, it's going to be the wrong answer. Trust me.
Don't do it.
And men hate when you ask that too, because they just, like Tracy said, they just want a woman that's confident, whether you're 5 or 10 pounds overweight or you're like skinny mini or whatever. So that's more important. So Okay, so the next question I would love to ask you, because I know this happens all the time to women, is that they're going out on that big first date and they wake up that morning feeling like, oh, I feel fat, I shouldn't have ate that last night, and now I have a date and now I don't know what to wear because I just feel fat. And they go into that whole negative self-talk. So give us some tips on how a woman can handle that.
Well, I love what you just said, was that negative self-talk, because, sometimes when I work with clients, I'll say, listen, that's just a gremlin. That's not the truth. So it's like the little mosquito brain that just tells story. And it's really creative, but it's, BS. So you just kind of visualize yourself flicking it away. Thanks for your opinion, but that's not the truth. So flick it away. And then, you can spend some time meditating. You want to show up for a date, not in that frantic state, but really just take 5 minutes even and just close your eyes, breathe, get connected with yourself again, with your body, with who you are. And then if you can visualize maybe, someone that loves you so much, your best friend, maybe it's someone in your family, just someone that loves you, and how would they speak to you? Making sure that you're really grounding yourself and feeling, the truth of who you are, because the truth of who you are is probably not the profiteroles that you ate last night, at dinner, but it's, that you're a beautiful person, that you're looking for love, that you're a beautiful woman, and just getting connected and grounded to that and not letting the mosquito brain take over, because it's just not the truth. It is not the truth. And so if you think of the people that love you, what are the things that they say to you? I can guarantee it's not like, girl, you need to lose some weight. I mean, they're probably not in your corner if those are the people. So
exactly.
Go.
And the other thing I want to add too is for the women that if you felt good the day before, trust me, you did not gain 5 to 10 pounds overnight. The amount of weight that you're feeling is probably just water weight. No one could probably even tell, right?
Exactly. So pull in those abs and just be confident. Wear something that you feel amazing in, and just let it go.
I think that's great. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about eating, because I know women do this all the time. I hear women talk about this all the time. Does a woman need to really starve herself to lose weight?
No. And in fact, it's actually probably the worst thing you can do, because, starving is so not sexy. So no one wants to, it's sexy for a woman that eats, that enjoys from life. And part of that life is food, like maybe you're going to dinner. I mean, that's very sexy, the woman that actually is enjoying her food. Of course you want to take care of yourself. You don't want to just, go crazy and eat anything. So part of your being a woman is taking care of yourself. So that starts with your food. And starving yourself it's going to slow down your metabolism. And then also you're just not fun to be around, because you're cranky, you're starving. It's a recipe for disaster. So no, please do not starve yourself. Eat healthy food. Again, educate yourself. So whether that means you hire a coach, a nutritionist, find out what really works for your body. Right. There are so many different fads and things out there, and there is no one right answer when it comes to nutrition and food. You have to really see what works best for your body, how you feel your best, and how you look your best. And eat. You have to eat. Just eat the right things.
Yeah, and I have to agree. And ladies, I will give you another tip, is that my male clients tell me all the time they hate when they take a woman out to dinner and she orders a salad. They say it's the most annoying thing. Men actually like a woman that can eat, and not like, totally pig out on a date, but they want to see that a woman doesn't have issues about food or eating or anything like that. And like Tracy said, just, be good maybe during the week, and then, splurge a little or whatever.
Exactly. I mean, food, it's there's something so sexy about food and passion, like someone took the time to prepare that. Someone took the time to create that. To me, that's so sexy, and that's something that you could really share on a date. So
exactly. Now, I know a lot of women do this, and they'll obsess about every little thing they eat. Like they'll say, I've had women say, oh, I eat everything fat-free, or I don't eat any sugar, and it becomes to the point where it's obsessive. So give us your tips on that or thoughts on that.
Again, I'm very, I'm very real when it comes to food, and I really try to, be in the just eat real food. So, fake food is not real. So fake sweeteners, like, please get that out of your diet. It's bad. It's chemicals. Like, it's just not good for you. Diet junk food. Why? Like, fat-free chips, fat-free this, fat-free. You're not satisfied. I'd rather, if someone really, it's like, if you're going to eat fat-free, sugar-free, chemical-laden ice cream, or real ice cream, if you have a scoop of something delicious that's so good that you close your eyes and you're taking the time, that's the way to eat, right? And you're not going to overeat. I actually travel. One of my favorite places to be is Italy, and it's an eating country, and it's amazing food. And what I really learned there is that when I'm there and I'm eating good food, I find I'm so connected to what I'm eating. I'm not just shoveling it in. I'm really like enjoying it, breathing, closing your eyes, and that's, then you start really getting in tune with your body, and you start realizing, I'm full, I'm done, instead of overeating and shoveling things in. So obsessing is not the way to do it. Being mindful, sure, but obsessing and making yourself wrong, saying things to yourself like, I'm being good today, I'm being bad. What drives me crazy is that cheat day business that people do. I it's like, why? So, life is short. You want to enjoy your life and enjoy your food, but balance, like looking at big picture, it's really, really important. So
it's really about moderation.
Absolutely. Moderation, yeah, so that nothing is off limits.
And life's too short. Oh my God, I love food.
Yeah. Totally.
So, okay, my last question for you is, give us your best dating tip for women when it comes to her body.
Gosh, that's such a good question. I think it's really just, you have to start with loving yourself right now. And it's one of those things that can be so annoying because, different variations of this are said, but it is the truth and there's a reason for that. So, if you're trying to lose weight, and maybe the fact is, you do need to lose a few pounds. Okay, fine. Love yourself right now. Find something about yourself that you are crazy about. So, I have gorgeous eyes, or I love my butt, or whatever that is, and really just focus on that, because, what you focus your attention on is what is going to grow and how you experience yourself in the world. So, I think it's really just, when it comes to dating, is just owning yourself and really take a few moments before prep so that you feel really good. You're grounded, you've taken good care of yourself, not only in how you look physically and what you're wearing, but internally too, that you've eaten good food, that you feel relaxed and available, as opposed to closed and tight and judgmental, because that's not a fun date.
Exactly. And, I have to add something. I love that that's your last, best dating tip, because it's so true. Ladies, if you don't love yourself, how can a man love you? So I think that's really, really important. Well, this has been great. So, Tracy, tell everybody how they can find you, because I know you give great tips on your site about fitness and eating and everything. So tell everybody how they can find you.
Thank you so much. So the best way to find me is actually on YouTube. So if you just go to YouTube and you put in Tracy Campoli, there are tons and tons of free videos. I put up a video every single Thursday. So mostly it's workouts, but I also do fitness, lifestyle tips, diet. So you can find me on YouTube, or just go over to tracycampoli.com.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Tracy, for being on the show, and thanks everybody for joining us on the Single and Stilettos show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to view the videos, please go to singleandstilettos.com, and if you would like to get the podcast, you can get it on iTunes. And if you would like to get our free report on the top 10 secrets on what attracts a man and what turns him off, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.